2024 is prime time to do what you've always wanted to do and become a pro player. As they say, there is no time like the present, and there are no tournaments till the 22nd of January, I believe. So this is a perfect time for you to take matters into your own hands and start grinding the game. But how does one become a pro? That is what we're discussing in today's video. Make sure you turn on my post notifications because I post videos every single day and you don't want to miss them. Thank you, Finn, for being a positive member of the community. Let's get straight into it. Before we get into any scrim servers and any scrims, we need to know about the basic mechanics. To become a pro, you need to have basic fundamentals in everything. And when I say basic, I mean pretty good fundamentals. You need to be solid and consistent in all variables of mechanics. This includes editing, aim, builds, high ground retakes, box fights. You need to be solid in every single one. That means spending a lot of time in creative, maybe even 1 or 2 seasons, spending hours every day in creative, just working on all of these fundamentals. I know personally, having just reached the point where I've switched to keyboard and mouse permanently, I've been spending so much time in creative trying to get my mechanics up to scratch, and it is slowly working. I'm going to list off the creative maps I've been using to work on my mechanics in creative, and now you guys can use the same maps. For in-game fighting, I've been using Ken Bean's realistic 1v1s and Ken Bean's WKeya 1v1s. I've also been using Jiven's all-in-one 1v1, where the rounds are random and you could be doing box fights, zone wars, or PGs in any given round. I've been using this really cool edit map for different edit tunnels, and I've been using my free build map to work on my builds in general. I've been spending like an hour in there a day at least. I've also used Raiders Mechanics Map V4 as they also include some pretty good piece control tunnels to mix it up, as well as some peak shots and aiming drills. It's not just the mechanics you have to get down to become a pro, it is the basic minute details. For example, editing. Anyone can be a fast editor. Working hard, you can get to be a fast editor. How many people have good crosshair placement while being a fast editor? This makes all the difference. If you have good crosshair placement, you're going to hit so many shots after you've done the edit, and you're going to feel editing so much easier, edit causing opponents in game, and hitting good peaks. And because of all these new creative maps, how easy it is to improve now, anyone can go from 0 to 100 in terms of skill level almost at once, meaning anybody can become a pro player. Once you have your basic mechanics down, you have god aim, you're winning every round in zone wars, you are looking at very similar mechanically to pros, and you're very consistent. That's the key word here, consistently. Sometimes when I go on a building run, I look like a pro player, but then I'll mess up, and that is the reason why I'm not a pro player. You gotta have these edits down, guys. If you're finding these useful so far and want to know what to do after you've perfected your mechanics, make sure you use code JKC in the Fortnite item shop and turn those post notifications on. These are the 2 best ways to support me, as you're going to be notified when every single one of my daily videos go live, so you never miss an upload. And I'm on the grind, guys, so you do not want to be missing these uploads. They are slapping. Make sure you add me on Twitter at JKCGaming1 if you've used my code with the screenshot, and I'll repost it. Let's get right back on into it. But once you've done all that and you've grinded a little bit and you've started playing a couple tournaments, you're going to start scrimming. Scrims are a great way to improve and most importantly get to know players that are better. I'm going to give you an example of how the hierarchy works in EU, and then you guys can figure it out in NA. It's pretty self-explanatory. There'll be one scrim server in your region that has more players than any other. It generally has more of a ranked system. For EU, this is noble scrims. There is an open noble scrims, and there'll probably be an open for whatever region you're on. You're going to play this open type scrim server, and for noble scrims you have to get top 5 in a day, and you move on to Noble Div 3. These have better players with more PR, and players that all reach the top 5 per day in Noble Opens. It's not a ton better, because obviously 5 per day means you're going to have a lot of players after a couple years. However, there is another one after that, and another one after that, until eventually you reach the highest division with the best players. And the best part is you can do all of this in solos. You don't even need a really good teammate. You just grab yourself, jump into some noble scrims or your alternative scrim server in your region, and you start grinding. Of course, you're still going to be working on your mechanics on a daily, however, it won't be your main focus now. You're going to switch all that focus to scrims when they're on, and ranked, and PG and good players. Ranked is great for people with solid mechanics and need to get that extra bit of fighting practice like myself. However, people that are past that and have great fighting practice all the time, and can pretty much drop 20 bombs every single ranked game should not be playing ranked. You should be 1v1ing good players. If you go on any big Discord server and go looking for players, you could probably find some pretty solid players. This is what I'm talking about with scrims, guys. If you get to the highest scrim server levels, you can then 1v1 better players and get way better practices. Scrims and 1v1ing players better than them was how the top players got better, and that is how you're going to become a pro in 2024. The grind is constant, guys. You got to be on the grind. I believe in you, honestly. There is no better time than right now to become a pro. I know players and friends of mine that have all made earnings in the past year who never made earnings before. I'm thinking about doing a Path to Pro series myself, guys. Is that something you'd be interested in? If so, make sure you comment down below in the comment section. Let me know and watch this video on the screen right now, because it is going to show you how you can transfer that creative skill into real games. A super important skill that you're all going to need. With that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.